Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to MotorMouth Broadcasting as we bring to you the GT Challenge here this evening. And before we get into anything, there's only one thing we can say.
Honey, I'm home.
It is so great to be back for the GT Challenge, ladies and gentlemen. Hamish Runner here with you with Jim Cunningham alongside as we come into tonight for what is the 8th round of Season 3 of the GT Challenge. We're racing out at the Hockenheimring, Baden-Württemberg, for what will be a splendid evening of GT racing around this circuit. I'm a massive fan of the Hockenheimring. I'm one of the few people that prefer the Hockenheimring GP circuit over the Nürburgring GP circuit. Maybe that's just my opinion, maybe it's not. But Jim, we come into tonight. It's exciting times. We get to go racing once again with GT action on a Thursday for me, a Wednesday for you. What more could we ask for?
It's good to be back. Little multi-class GT challenge, back home, back where it belongs, and that's a good thing. And I'm excited. It's been a while. I missed a lot of these guys, so it's going to be fun. I'm sure we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. Even though you will be sharing bad opinions, apparently.
I only have good opinions, Jim. I don't know what you're talking about, but no, I mean, I'm excited. Obviously, we come into tonight with barely any knowledge of what's happened this whole season. So I suppose the best way we can probably sum it up is by checking out the points and just seeing how everything has been landing whilst it's been away from MotorMouth Broadcasting, and see what we're looking into for the future of the season. As we come into it, the GT4s at this stage. It is Daniel Nans leading the way ahead of Lance Campbell at the moment. Barely any points between them at this stage, though, Jim. They're within 100 points of each other. Aidan Kiley in P3, he's within 100 points as well. Then it's a bit of a gap back to Cole Malley. Of course, our good friend Cole Malley, the substitute science teacher.
The banker,
the banker, the accountant, every Bill Nye the science guy at times as well. Let's see if he can put a chemistry concoction together for a win here tonight as well. Then we've got Cameron in behind him as well in P5. James Leneven in P6. Jim is in behind them as well with Ryan Cerulik. Chris back there too, and then John Voigt for the top 10 in the GT4 Challenge class as well. So, GT4's trying to keep it fun and surprising for us. We know that GT4s often give us good racing. The GT3 Pro-Ams, though, Jed Cotterman is leading the way by a fair margin, Jim. 2,542 points. He leads it by over 100 points at this stage over Brian Scott in P2. Mark Ogier, P3. Head of Jacob Cotterman, Chris Coy, Chet Miller, Ty Baxter, Liam Hubble, and Michael Caffery is making up the 9 cars in the Pro-Am class at this stage of the season. So Jed's out to a good lead. Must have... you know what I think it is, Jim? Do we classify him as a race winner? Because we haven't actually seen him win races, so I don't know if we can really claim that for him.
Well, this year, no, we haven't seen him win races this year.
We haven't seen him win races, so that means he hasn't won them.
Right.
If he has won them away from here, it doesn't count.
That's right.
Spencer Duquette is leading the pro class at the moment, 2,385 points. Stephen Smith, though, is closely in behind. Only about 70 points separate them at the moment. Justin Bock, Nathan Biggett with Tyler Hammond, Travis Roberto, and David Steiner makes up the 7 GT3 Pro cars as well. So points are tight at the top end of town, even in the mid-pack too, so it should be great racing throughout the rest of this season as we look to crown a 3rd GT Challenge champion once again. Qualifying has just been wrapped up. We've just gotten into the warm-up session. But I think there's no better way to get things rolling further in towards tonight before the race begins to have a quick look at this wonderful racing circuit out in Germany, of course. The Hockenheimring is a fantastic place to go racing, and I think it's a severely underrated racing circuit in the world of motorsport. It all starts in the main straight as we then head up through the kink at turn 1. Got to be careful of off-tracks, not only on the inside and going for a cut, but a track extension on the outer edge as well as you exit. Running through here, we could see some incidents happening throughout this corner tonight. Down towards turn 2 as you then run it through 3 and 4 as well. Good passing opportunity during this race down at 2, but you can run it around the outside. Set yourself up well through the run through 3 and 4 to try and drag race it down the long parabolic straight. It's a straight, but it's a giant left-hand turn.
It is a big giant
for what is turn 5. As we run around turn 5, though, for the parabolic, we head up to the dreaded and diabolical turn 6 hairpin. This is where a lot of incidents are going to happen tonight, Jim. Big dives up the inside. We've seen many incidents happen here before across many different series, across many different broadcasting networks, and it's one that a lot of drivers are going to have to take caution through. If they survive through there, turn 7, then you can hang it up the inside if you get a good run out of 6, but you're trying to set yourself up well for what is the braking zone at turn 8 as you come in towards the Mercedes-Benz Stadium section. As you run around turn 8, though, you've got to be careful of the curb on the outside. If you catch too much rear end on it, your rear end will then begin to slide and you'll come straight around again. Watch out for those rear and mid-engine cars to make mistakes there. Running it through 9 and 10, you're then straight onto the curb on the outside of the track and hugging the wall on the left-hand side to get as much speed through Mobile 1 corner at turn 11. You then come up to what is almost the bank corner of turn 12. Probably the most famous moment that happened here was when Sebastian Vettel crashed during the German Grand Prix many, many moons ago back in 2018, and it arguably cost him the championship. Then we run through turn 13 and 14 up towards the little lift zone for turn 15. You can track extend slightly to the left-hand side as you exit through this corner, but you want to try and set yourself up well for a great run through turn 16 to end out the lap. Pit entry is going to be tough here tonight, Jim. Drivers are going to have to try and hug the inside of 15, not run it wide. Probably let the other drivers know they are going to come into pit lane. And then pit exit should be fine. They come out offline as well. So it's a tough circuit. It's a very old circuit. This layout's only ever been used ever since 2002 when they got rid of the old extended Hockenheimring layout that used to go through the forest. But it's one that I think a lot of fans should be excited for. It's a track that produces great racing, and it's one that I'm very, very excited for.
It does indeed. Yeah, I've actually broadcast a couple of races here in the past few weeks, and it does produce. It produces better racing than by the way, I believe that's the Jim Clark Memorial there, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it?
Yes, because this was the circuit that Jim Clark unfortunately passed away at back in the mid '60s.
In a GT2 race of all things.
I know.
Not even a
Crazy.
Formula One race. Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the GT2s at the time, Jim, were open wheel and were open top as well. So
yeah. But it was, he did it. Only reason he did it was because Lotus. I can't think of the guy's name who was the head of Lotus, but he talked him into doing it, and it turned out to be it killed him. And it just kind of a unceremonious way for a guy like him to go, considered he's, you could easily throw him in the argument of the best all-time Formula One drivers, especially if you look at his win to entry ratio. It was about, he won about 35% of the races he entered.
Well, to give you a little stat for him as well, Jim, and it wasn't GT2, it was an F2 race, so
F2,
it was the second
F2
year
is
of
what
Formula One.
I meant F2
at the time, yeah.
But
to give you a stat as well, Jim, he was the first non-German driver to actually pass away at the Nürburgring. We haven't had a fatality at the Nürburgring.
At Hockenheim.
At the Hockenheimring, yeah, the Hockenheimring. Sorry, yes, the non-German. First non-German fatality at the Hockenheimring. The last one actually was back in 2008, so we've actually gone a fair while ever since we have had one here at the Hockenheimring as well, though. But it's probably the most notable in terms of the history of world motorsport, more so than anything. So yeah, but it's a great track, and I think a lot of drivers. Very historic, very, very historic. But as we get in for our starting grid here tonight, they will line up as follows. Derek Fulker will start on the front row of the grid ahead of Michael Anderson, with Joseph Dupont on P3, Justin Welsh in P4 ahead of Tyler Merritt. Then we get to Jed Cotterman in the pole position of the Pro-Am class ahead of Harrison Holiday and Stuart Jones for the top 8. Jacob Cotterman and Spencer Duquette will then make up the top 10. Chet Miller, making up P11 ahead of Francis Crosby in P12. Brandon Herzing and Mark Ogier then make up the top 14, and then we get into the GT4 pole position of Lance Campbell, ahead of Chad Gross, James Leneven, Michael Smith, John Voight, Aidan Kiley, Christopher Grondon, Corey Patton as well. Justin Bock, Travis Roberto didn't get qualifying times in, so they'll actually start at the back of the GT3 field. Cole Malley didn't get a time in either, so he will also start at the back end of the GT4 class as well. So it's going to be a fun night of racing, going to be a long race on our hands as well, Jim. One that I am super duper excited for in our racing at the Hockenheimring. What more could we want out of some wonderful GT cars?
And to be back with with the GT Challenge. I mean, this is arguably been our
Arguably, Jim,
favorite.
where it belongs. Where it belongs, right
without,
here on MotorMouth
without a doubt.
Broadcasting.
And
Yeah.
one of our favorite series, and we are thrilled to have them back. Let's do this quick, and let's pop around and see who we've got running some cameras with us tonight, since these guys have been denied their camera rights for a little while. We got Justin Bach back as always with his camera on. I hope you guys are listening, because I'm going to sure try to mess you up during the race. With be prepared, I'm coming.
To give a little update too, just on the weather, Jim. No rain on the horizon either, so it should be a nice dry race here. There has been some debris, as we can see on screen, that's been dragged on circuit off the Exeter Mobile 1 corner, so that'll be a factor too. That's happened during the warm-up session and possibly qualifying as well, so drivers need to be cautious of that. Track's not been clean, so there is some debris out there. They'll have to be cautious of it as we head up towards the final few turns to get set and ready to go, as Derek Fulker will look to lead us away off of pole position. The pace cars just come in, and the race leaders will look to get us underway as we head up towards pole position. And we come up towards the start-finish line. It's lights out, and we are racing in the GT Challenge once again. The Hockenheimring lights us up. It's a good start from Fulker off the front end of the field as he leads us up towards turn 2. Battle's already happening between DuPont and Anderson as they race for P2 down towards turn 2. The Mustang wants to hang it up the inside. He's stolen a Team Redline livery somehow. As Joseph DuPont, I don't know how he's got access to that. The GT4s have also just gotten started as well. Well, it's true. The GT4s have just gotten started as well.
I don't know if that means anything to you in Australia, but you know, the DuPont family is quite a rich, famous family in America. That's DuPont paints and all that, you know.
Yeah, of course, they sponsored Jeff Gordon for many, many moons.
They did, yes.
So the GT4s have just gotten going as well. They've just entered onto the Parabolica Straight down at turn 5. So they're being led at the moment by Lance Campbell. Interestingly enough, only 3 Aston Martins in the GT3 field, all pro, 2 pro cars, 1 Pro-Am. That being Justin Bock, Justin Welsh, must be a Justin thing, and Brandon Herzing are all the GT3 Aston Martin drivers. So the newest car in the field is being driven quite heavily by a couple of drivers. There's been an incident, I believe, further back in the field with Aiden Kiley, and it was down at turn 6. I think, yeah. So there's been some incidents down there. I'll try and bring it up for us to check it out. So it looks to be a big dive bomb down there, and they just had to pull it up, and oh my God, it was a massive bomb in from Cole Malley. I think it was Malley down at turn 6. Oh, it seems he may have put a bit too much potassium in the mixture there, Jim. It became a little bit explosive.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
I will get chemistry jokes out as much as I can, I promise you.
You might be short on him because he may be in trouble already.
He may very well be.
Yeah, let's do this real quick. I'm gonna pop this off real quick, and then I'm gonna go back and get a shot of that whole incident there on the big
It was
screen.
a big one. It was a big one. I mean, you see there, he's on the outside, completely missed the braking zone. He barely misses the Porsche, and it comes straight into the side.
Levine.
Yeah.
No, Levine's the guy he hit. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, Levine's the guy he hit.
So he just missed Leneven, who's in the Porsche.
Oh, they're still going at it.
Yeah. Leneven then gets hit in behind by, I think, one of the other McLarens in the GT4 class. So it's a bit messy back there as they battle away.
All right,
so we'll see this again. So there's Leneven, barely misses him, collides into the Castrol McLaren, and then watch the purple McLaren on the inside of the Porsche up towards turn 7, because he just comes through and I think takes a little bit too much track as they enter the corner. Let's have a look here. Oh, Leneven turned over on him. He thought he was clear. So that's what that was. So Leneven just turned... He turned across the nose of Voigt, thinking he was clear, but he wasn't.
All right, let's get back to our picture-in-picture now. I just wanted to get that on the big screen.
Well, there are intensifying battles all throughout the field, Jim, including GT3s. Bock and Duquette are battling away, so Duquette's actually dropped positions in this race. He's down 4 at the moment in the McLaren as he tries to fight his way back through the field. Bock, though, is under pressure as they come down towards turn 1. We can see the front runners too. Linus Stern stuff, maybe saving a bit of fuel, Jim, trying to save the tyres as well. Wouldn't expect a tyre stop tonight, but if we see any pit stops over 20 seconds long, then we know they've taken tyres.
I don't know. I talked to Jed. I was gathering some information earlier today. You probably didn't scroll back far enough to see it because of all the information we shared today. They were on a fuel run. He was at about 70% on his tires. So potentially, they may consider changing tires at that rate of wear. So it'd be interesting to see when they do pit if they do decide to change tires, because if they're burning 30% off on that fuel run, they're going to be pretty rough in the second half of the race.
They're going to be tough, Jim, but remembering as well that the tyres are made to last an hour for a regular stint in a GT car. And I think the issue is you're giving up an extra maybe, 10 seconds?
Oh, there goes somebody
as around goes, that was Chet Miller.
Chet Miller, yeah.
Yep. In the Corvette, as Lance Campbell has started to run away here in the GT4 class. He's got about a 3-second gap over Chad Gross at this stage. Cole Malley. Well, will there be a penalty coming his way at some point, Jim? I don't believe we have live race control, so there may be a post-race penalty coming his way for that. What was a nuclear send at turn 6. I think even he could agree. Right. Robert Oppenheimer didn't intend it to be used for that.
Okay.
Yeah, great Scott. We have got tightening battles, though. Jacob Cotterman, who now leads the GT3 Pro-Am class, is just ahead of Travis Roberto in the battle for P7. Roberto up 16, of course. He started at the back of the GT field. It's classified him up 16 because he was qualified behind the GT4s. And now he looks to go for a send on him up towards the Parabolica. So they look to go side by side as this battle looks to intensify once again. And he's actually gone straight past him. So Jacob racing very smart, Jim. I think he's gotten a little bit of intelligence in terms of race acumen.
I don't know if you remember,
over the break.
But like the last race or two that we called, he was flying. He all of a sudden found speed, and I don't remember who the guy was, whoever won that race, but I remember we had a long conversation about Jacob and how fast he had gotten. And I was talking to Jed today about that, and he's been practicing a lot, even though he's still in school, so he's putting the work in, and apparently it's paying off.
Well, what we could have on our hands very shortly, Jim, is actually either a battle for the race lead in the Pro-Am class between the Cottermans themselves. They are running the same livery now, so I think they are actually classifying themselves as teammates. This could be a great opportunity, though, for a fantastic finish for that team of a 1-2 finish in the Pro-Am class. They've got a second back to the next car. That's Stuart Jones in P3 at this stage in the Corvette. Francis Crosby, though, is currently separating them. He is a pro car, though, so in terms of Pro-Am honours, it is the Cottermans on top at the moment. Jay Cotterman P1, Jay Cotterman P2.
Indeed. It is
I tell you what, Roberto has got great pace right now. 1:38.61. That is a qualifying time if ever I've seen it, Jim, from him in racing conditions. That is very, very quick.
That is.
From Roberto in the Mustang. So it is starting to heat up for him. Unfortunately, the GT4s have just started to separate a little bit, so we'll try and give them some screen time all throughout the hour, of course, and check in on them throughout the race proceedings too. But what we've got in our hands is a great chase down here of Roberto to the front of the field. He has got 8.2 seconds to chase down to get up to the race leader, Derek Fulker, at this stage. But I don't think Harrison Holiday is going to make it very easy for him, as it's a bit of a Mustang-on-Mustang battle here. And I think what we're seeing as well, Jim, is the Mustang is still the favourable car, thanks to the Watkins Glen BOP of 6 months ago.
Yeah, dominating this field, man. I mean, you got like six Mustangs in the field tonight, and
well, Jim, I tell you what, I don't mind. I mean, obviously, it's a bit tough when we get obviously the same car over and over again. It's happened with the Acura. It's happened with every car pretty much. Same with the McLaren too. I am of the opinion, though, Jim, that I think a Dark Horse Challenge Series would be fantastic, but you run it as GT3 Mustang and GT4 Mustang as the two classes. I think that would be fantastic.
I mean, word on the street is that that iRacing is even talking about doing that.
Well, they were apparently going, which they haven't done this season, but they were planning on using the GT4 Mustang as a dark horse challenge car. But that hasn't happened this season, so I'm not sure when it's going to happen, as Michael Anderson got it real loose on the AstroTurf at the exit of turn 4. And you got to be careful that around here, Jim. You'll see the AstroTurf around often places that more lighter coloured green colouring on the exit or on the edge of the circuit. Some of those curbs have got it right on the edge of the curb. You catch that with your rear tyres at the wrong moment, whether you're gassing it up or whether you're trying to run wide and you're on the edge of grip, and the rear of it just lights up completely because there is no grip on that fake grass on the edge. You see it there, just on the edge of the curb. There's no grip on there at all.
And I'm not going to tell the AstroTurf story here because most of the drivers in this field are American and they probably know where AstroTurf came from. Uh-oh.
It, of course, comes from the Astrodome in
Houston.
Houston.
It was developed for the Astrodome. Let's see what happened here. It's John Voight.
This is John Voight in the GT4 class. He's already had a unfortunate evening
to stop
tonight.
it there, and I guess Tyler Merritt.
Yeah, I think he just. Yeah, I think he just pulled it up a little bit too slow, and it's classified him as having a crash as a round has gone. Stuart Jones down at what I think is Mobile 1 corner, Jim. This car has gone off the road in the Corvette of the GT3 class. This is how it happened as he tries to rejoin the circuit. He just lost the rears on the AstroTurf again.
Yep. Yeah, that stuff is definitely not made for driving cars on, and not that it is wet today, but especially if it gets damp, it's really bad. So. Well,
that edging is, it's not complete AstroTurf, obviously. It's not complete fake grass, but it is like a painted, like fake grass sort of composite style kind of thing. Like it has a little bit of grip, but when you're on the edge of grip, and hey, say what I mean. So it's tough.
Kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a composite sort of thing. So it resembles AstroTurf, but it just has no grip whatsoever. And he's gone around again. Oh no, it's gotten worse. For Stuart Jones, that's a real shame.
Now.
They are indeed. Aiden Kiley, though, has begun to chase down Corey Patton back in the GT4 class as well. We've got Michael Anderson being put under pressure here by Joseph Dumont in the battle for P2 overall in this race. As they run down the back straight, get past the lap traffic of John Voight in the GT4s. You can already see that debris that's been brought on track down there by Stuart Jones. So that's going to become a factor throughout this race, I'm sure, Jim, as drivers will begin to lose grip throughout. As the race leader is coming past some of the GT4s at the back end of the circuit.
Have some respect. It's DuPont, not Dumont.
Sorry, DuPont.
That's right. You have to have respect for that name in America.
Sorry, DuPont.
They actually have kind of a checkered family past, some of them. You probably don't know the story real quick, but there was one of the DuPonts was heavily involved in the American wrestling program, our Olympic wrestling program, and he ran this camp where the wrestlers could live and train, and
so like the Stu Hart of America.
And so he ended up getting into, I forget what it was, like maybe sexually abusing them or something, and then.
Well, Jim, we are really getting into the clutching of straw. Oh my God, it's a big lockup from Kiley down at turn 6. And he's had to run it wide. He wanted the move on Corey Patton, but he couldn't quite get there, Jim. We are really shoving a hand in deep in the bucket.
I probably did go a little off the rails with that one there. I mean, it was a big story. Jim. I mean, he ended up committing suicide when they busted him. But anyway.
God, okay, that's another thing. All right, there goes the monetization. Okay. Jim, we're not just off the rails. You have taken the train, and it's ended up in the Mississippi River. That's how far off the rails we are.
Dukes of Hazzard? Because I just took one of them big fly-in Dukes of Hazzard leaps right there. That's what happened.
You did.
What happened to Aiden Kiley, man?
So he ended up running it wide down at turn 6, and of course all the GT3 traffic is starting to catch. So that's now slowed him up a lot. It's really bringing him back in the clutches of John Voight. So this is the big struggle of multi-class racing, especially multi-class GT racing, where the benefit of pace doesn't favour the GT3 cars nearly as much as, say, what it would in a GTP compared to a GT3. So the GT4s off the corners they haven't got maximum pace, but down the straights they've got good pace when they get to the top end. So it makes it a little bit harder to get through the traffic. But yeah, Kylie's dropped back.
So apparently Jacob got passed by Jed, and now Jed. So let's go back and we'll look at that real quick and see what happened.
Only just done it as well. Yeah. So I think. I wonder. Well, they're battling with Justin Bock, and I think he's just said, "Nah, sorry, son, I'm coming past. You gotta put your foot down, otherwise I'm gonna take this one by the horns and ride it forward." So, but Jacob gave him plenty of room. He's racing smart as the young Cotterman, and you got to give him props because, I mean,
well, they're all up in some traffic too, man. I mean,
yeah, they are. But when we do head back to live with them, they are still line astern at the moment, although Jed has begun to run away. He's about a second out now. I think the one thing we can say about Jacob is if we compare what he did last season, Jim, compared to this season now, and we saw a glimpse of it at the end of the season of this improvement, he is starting to race smarter. He's starting to know when to battle. He's starting to know when to push. I think he's learning more about how the car is actually reacting throughout a race stint as well, learning about how the tyres are reacting, learning when you need to push, when you need to conserve, and when you can push on. The big test, I think, and we'll obviously get a good glimpse of it, of how smart his race acumen has become, is when he comes out of pit lane, if he doesn't take tyres but he puts fuel in, how early he pushes. If he pushes straight out of pit lane, he's likely going to lead to a mistake because the tyres are going to be cold. If he waits a lap or two, that's proving that he is getting a lot more smart, or a lot smarter, and the smarter a driver gets, the faster a driver gets. And if Jacob can find pace, he could be someone that challenges for a title at some point in this series.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I guess the issue that would be the real issue would be whether or not he can make enough races given his schedule.
Well, Travis Roberto apparently had a crash, but he is rolling at the moment. As that there was Stuart Jones, I think, just went round as well. So this is what happened with Roberto, and actually, he made contact with the McLaren, and that caused the McLaren just to go round. I think it wasn't Chet Miller, but we did just see a moment where Chet Miller actually lost the rear end behind Travis off the exit of turn 3. How's this happened? So he's come round. The rear end's just gone round on him. He's gassed it up too early through turn 4.
Yeah, that's man. He must have that traction control crank pretty low.
I was going to say that's definitely set up because the rear end shouldn't be that loose.
No.
Where you apply the throttle and it goes round like that. That means that he is, because to fix the problems of the Corvette, you've got to set up around it. And I think setting up for the rear to be loose like that is not how it's done. But I think that is normally the big issue with the Corvette and what you actually have to set up around. So that might be the issue here.
Well, yeah, the Corvette is famous for the back end stepping out on it. It's almost got the same reputation as the old Porsche used to have back in the day, you know.
Well, I mean, maybe it means you got to set it up so you got to have maximum rear wing. Oh my God, they're starting to heat up. It's GT3s and GT4s are starting to get intertwined. John Voight is now onto the back of Aiden Kiley as well. They're trying to chase down Corey Patton in the GT4 class, but he's just run away a little bit more. So they're struggling to keep up, but there's tight battles all throughout, especially this one here. Jed Cotterman, inside line, goes up the inside of Holiday at turn 6, doesn't overextend, blocks the switchback. How's the drive off the corner, though, for both Mustangs? Who's going to get the benefit down towards turn 7? It's Cotterman. He's run away, and he's managed to build the gap. This is why he's leading the championship for the Pro-Am class, because he's got pro pace.
That, and he's
want to try and
he's
set
the
himself
boss,
up
and
to
he's
move
in
up.
charge of the points.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
There is no
folks.
conniving here.
Of course I'm joking.
There is no conniving.
Jed is about as honest a guy as there is going to be.
He's one of the more honest people out there. I think we've had to deal with Jim, which is good because it means that he
definitely compared
keeps it real
to some other people around. He is definitely honest for sure.
Well, these battles are starting to heat up because Patton is beginning to drop pace now and is starting to get caught up here by Kiley and Voight. So they're beginning to chase him down.
Going wide out there?
My God. He is trying to lead this battle of cars.
Yeah, it is Jacob.
As Roberto and Duquette are trying to battle their way back through. Again, though, I mean, Jacob may not have ultimate pace right now because obviously he's giving up a bit of time to the pro cars, but in relative terms to his class...
Oh, yeah, no, he's fast.
Because he's driving smart and letting drivers go, he's not actually holding himself up all too much. I think the issue is, though, he's under pressure from getting passed by a GT4 car. So that then begs the question, well, how much time is he actually giving up to other cars out there, and is he maybe driving a little bit over-cautiously?
Well, I think that's just a matter of making sure his car doesn't get tore up in traffic, because he was in a little heavy pocket of traffic there. I completely lost my train of thought. Never mind.
Is that why it went off the rails, Jim?
It's entirely possible. I'm not sure what happened there, but I did have a thought. I'm not sure what it was, but it was there. It was
Classic
a good one too.
Oh
yeah, I have plenty of those. Oh, there is the Christmas livery you were talking about earlier, huh?
Yeah, it's real candy cane gingerbread house style. Right on board with Roberto. That's Travis Roberto, who wants to go on the outside of Jacob Cotterman, and he's really getting put into the pressure pot now as Cotterman up the inside at turn 12 goes the Mustang. Move made. Can Duquette follow him through? There was contact earlier on between Roberto and Duquette. So that happening down at turn 15. It was off the exit right here, actually, was where the contact was made. And now Roberto looks to run away from Spencer Duquette.
There's Spencer down there with his...
I wonder if he's from Louisiana, Jim, with the name Duquette.
It's not really a name that I recognize from Louisiana. It doesn't mean it certainly could be, but it's not a common name in Louisiana. But it does have a bit of French ring to it, doesn't it?
Well, it does. Could be from a French part of America. Yeah. Definitely not from Canada. It doesn't have a Canadian flag next to his name, so...
Well, no, he's not. Maybe not from Canada, but he could be, up in that northern part of the country, whereas...
possibly.
People are from Canada or something like that.
Maybe. Yeah. Who knows?
Came south for better health care or something.
I don't know why you would go south for better health care, Jim, when... Canada has public health care.
Yeah, but it's not good.
That's better than having to pay for health insurance that'll get you a giant bill. But
I mean, that's another story for another time. But
it is indeed.
That was a little off the rail joke. Apparently I'm kind of off the rail tonight. I'm feeling rebellious tonight.
Are you feeling like a bit of a conductor, Jim? Possibly.
I fired a client this week. I mean, I've done.
We have certainly had an HBO series level of drama happening amongst us this week. Oh my
God! No. The thing is, it's not us. It's like just It's just like
that we've been involved in some way.
Yeah,
we've been side characters in a spin-off series, Jim. That's what it was.
We have indeed.
We made a cameo appearance in a sitcom, but that's a story for another time. But we can see that the battles are beginning to heat up once again. Justin Walsh is under pressure here from Tyler Merritt, so Merritt will be hoping to put the pressure on him. But of course, no Merritt from a bit of oval racing. We've been able to, of course, be good friends with a good friend of ours, Jesse James, of course, as well. So, Tyler.
Yeah, that's an old thumbstick.
Yeah. Shout out the Pump and Dump crew over there. So, of course, both of them are a part of that.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, they are. Yep.
Okay, I didn't realize that.
Yeah. So, Tyler is just trying to keep himself in the groove and keep himself in a line astern as he battles away with Walsh. Because Tyler races with a controller, he's a game driver. We've got the same thing on screen, Jim.
Oh.
Let me find Justin Bock. He's battling away here with Francis Crosby at the moment in the GT3 class as well. So there's a couple of drivers out there battling away. Good to see the Aston Martins on track, though. We love to see it. But I want to see some diversity, Jim. We haven't got a BMW on track. We haven't got a Lamborghini on track. We haven't got a Ferrari on track either.
That's crazy.
We haven't got a Porsche in the GT3 class, which is wild to me. There should always be at least one Porsche in the GT3s.
Agreed.
Trying to think, well, there's no Audi out there either, because we're not above the allocated amount of car types. We could get the Audi out there. So, yeah.
Yeah, that's it definitely seems to be a McLaren, Mustang, dominated.
Somehow Corvettes,
yeah, which is crazy. And the Aston Martin.
I'm not surprised by the Merc. I'm not surprised by seeing the Merc out there, though.
But
That's
the Aston Martins, to be honest, to see 3 Aston Martins in the field in the GT3 is kind of shocking to me, considering the reputation that it's had since its debut in the game.
It has had a bit of a reputation. Let's have a quick look, though, throughout the field as well, as Merritt just dropped position there to Welsh. So Welsh was able to get past him down at turn 6 after a wide run for Tyler. Mark Ogier at the moment is just on his lines at the moment. Chet Miller as well, P4 in the GT3 Pro-Am class. Brandon Herzing, Stuart Jones as well. He's been in strife tonight in the Corvette out there too. Currently leading the way for the GT4, so Lance Campbell. One of, now the only Porsche left on circuit, as James Lennon.
A name familiar to GT4 fans in this league, for sure.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you have,
of course, leading the
do you have chat open by any chance? Because I
do.
I was watching.
We've had a couple of chats out there already tonight. BRT Justin out there. Glad to be back under the MotorMouth Broadcasting again. It's great to have the GT Challenge back on this channel once again,
Absolutely.
Justin. Spencer as well out there. Let's go. Rhiannon only telling truths in the chat. ACDC suck. I agree.
Oh my God.
John O'Malley out there as well.
Between the two of you, you're not old enough to like ACDC. Give me a break.
Don't gatekeep, Jim.
Oh, we were not even going to go there.
Why not?
Because I'm not going to dignify those ignorant comments with an argument.
I gave you good arguments.
You didn't. Your whole argument is they're old and they look like skeletons. Are you kidding me? That's not a good argument for the fact that they're not a good band.
I have other arguments for you. All of their music sounds the same, Jim. They've got no diversity across their music base as well. I think the fact that people have classified Angus Young as one of the greatest guitarists of all time is just wrong. In terms of technical ability, I think there are much better guitarists out there than him.
Let me know when you're done.
And I'm not saying they're necessarily bad, Jim. I'm just saying that they are overrated. I think there have been better bands in history that should have been held at a higher regard than AC/DC. That is the claim I'm making.
I mean, okay. I'll give you that, I guess. I don't know.
We've got pit stops coming in, though, Jim, and we're not made the half-an-hour mark yet. Jason DuPont and Justin Welsh are in pit lane, so they've not made the half-an-hour mark on these laps. So we'll see, though. If the race leader can make half an hour, then obviously they can do one stop.
So, hey, see if anybody's changing tires. Take a look real quick. See what's up.
I'll be able to tell you by the time of their pit stop. So it's above 20 seconds at the moment for DuPont. He's not up on the jacks, though, so I think it's just fuel.
And how long
so
was his
just
stop?
Fuel for those cars. It was 25 seconds, but it was 25 seconds worth of fuel. So he could have taken tires. It would have been covered by the fuel. Welsh as well did not take tires, but it is a significantly shorter stop than DuPont. So I think Welsh is committing to a two-stop strategy tonight. DuPont, I think, is going to try and stretch it out to a one-stop.
That's interesting, because this should not have been a two-stop race from everything that the info that I have gathered.
Well, it's a significantly less amount of fuel that he's put in the car. So unless DuPont hasn't set his fuel correctly.
Yeah, well.
And he's taken too much, I don't know. Stuart Jones now in pit lane as well in the GT3, so we are well into it. Marc Ogier's gone off track down at turn 6 as well, so multiple cars are struggling here tonight. Oh, well, see, now that the chat's been recognised, everyone's getting in there as well. Jonathan Yannick as well, thank God that we're back on this channel. Thank you, John, for the support. Skyman out there as well, glad to be here. Jonathan Yannick in the chat.
Why am I not
Skyman
seeing
21 out
any
there
of
as well.
this in my...
I don't know, Jim.
Oh, because
Um,
I'm not on the chat part. That's why.
no, that
Okay.
would help. Skyman as well out there with us too. Glad to be here. I'll be joining the party in the upcoming season, so we look forward to having you out there.
Yes.
Jeffrey Oliviera as well. Bulliam is his chat at this stage. I'm not sure who Bulliam is though, because no one has the name Bulliam in the field.
It reminds me of an old friend of ours from back many seasons ago now, Squilliam.
Oh yes, of course, William.
Squilliam.
I do indeed.
Yeah, he was a good racer. That was a fun league to do. The only league I've ever done where they allowed like their crazy nicknames
or their Discord names as their names in the series.
It was
a good time.
very interesting to get used to that, I have to say.
Oh yeah. It was. It was a different world at the time as well, Jim. So
that's true too. So a lot of pit stops now, man. A lot of pit stops.
So DuPont is the corrected race leader at this stage, as Chris Grondin has had an incident back in the GT4 class, although he is going again. The only GT4 Mustang out there, I must add. It was an incident down at turn 6.
Wait a minute, what's Cole Malley driving these days? Oh, he's in the Mercedes now.
Mercedes.
So
yeah, he's in the Mercedes.
He was in that Mustang when it first came out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I guess he didn't like it. I struggled, man. I tried to drive that thing. I was going to race with Cole and Aiden in some endurance events and stuff, and I was going to participate with them on some weekly racing stuff. And man, I'm not going to lie to you, I jumped in that Mustang and could not drive it.
Well, Derek Fulker is in the pit lane now. We'll see how long this pit stop is for him. Has DuPont taken on too long of a pit stop? As Tyler Merritt's just gone off the road as well, Jim. Back in the GT3 Pro class. And it's down at the Parabolica that this has happened. So I think he's caught the risk. He has. Yep. They've just gone round. So Spencer Duquette's in as well. I think Fulker is taking a significantly longer stop than what DuPont did. This thing's over 30 seconds long.
And he's not
Has he caught a black flag coming into pit lane? Did he catch a black flag?
I didn't see one.
Or let's have a look here.
Yeah, no.
I'll find it. No, because he is parked. He is parked, and it's been over 40 seconds. He has gotten a black flag coming into pit lane.
For sure? You see
That's cost him the race lead. That has cost him the race lead. He's out of the lead. Let's watch this. I'm on board with him now as he comes in.
Oh, yeah, he crossed the line there, didn't he, coming in?
Yeah, he crossed the line. Yeah, he crossed the line.
Go back and look at that from outside the car real quick. I think he had an unsafe entry.
Which would make sense for the penalty coming his way. So let's watch this.
Yeah, watch as he turns it in. I think he crosses the line.
Yep, unsafe entry. Yep, you must not hit the AstroTurf.
Yeah.
That's why. That is him out of the race lead and
very
likely out of a race winning position. Yeah, that's cost him. That's massive cost.
Still got 30 minutes. I mean, there's, how far back is he now?
34 seconds off the race lead.
Okay, that's going to take some effort for sure.
He would have to gain 2 seconds a lap to chase him down. He would have to be running 38s, and DuPont would have to be running 40s for him to chase him down.
Or a mistake, but there's a lot of cars in between.
Then he's also got to. Yeah, so it's not like he's P2 and back 34 seconds. He's P8 now. That's got a lot of time. Here comes Roberto, though, on the inside of Harrison Holiday, down at turn 12.
Got it done.
Off the banking they go. He got the job done. Ironically, Harrison Holiday not running the Holiday-inspired livery. It is Roberto that is, though. So
that was a good one. I like
Thank
that.
you.
Yeah. It only took you 32 minutes to figure that out.
I mean, we'll have to try and maybe organise, Jim, a little Christmas wrap-up show for us for the year, maybe, Jim, and talk through some of the memorable moments that we've had on the channel throughout 2025 as we lead into 2026. I mean, we've got some cool things coming next year, and it's going to be a fun time.
Definitely do.
So it's going to be a lot of fun for us going in towards 2026, not just for us here at MotorMouth. My channel's got some fun things coming as well. I think we've got good prospects on the way, Jim, for both of us, and it's going to be a fun year, 2026, and I cannot be more excited for it.
Yeah, no, 2026 is going to be cool. It's yeah, good things coming.
And you know what else is good, Jim? We've still got road racing and we've still got ovals.
We do.
We've got a bit of everything. You know, it'd be great to add to that little list of accoutrement. Dirt road. Oh my God! There's Mark Ogier, and that was Chet Miller, who's just been turned around by him. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen down there, Jim. Has Mark gone? Oh no! So it was Chet. Chet goes for the massive dive bomb. Mark turns in, doesn't know he's there because he can't see him, and turns him. And you know what? I think the onus has to go to Chet there, Jim, because Mark did not know he was there, and Chet has gone for a big dive on the inside and really tightened up the corner.
I mean, yes, but if you go by, the whole his tires were there thing, but I agree. That was, oh, by the way, they're way off up here.
Oh, they are. Ogier is well off the road.
Way off the road. Losing ground to Jacob, who is starting to ease away from him after that little incident.
Well, he's now... Oh, actually, oh my God, Jed also had an unsafe entry, Jim. There's actually been quite a few now.
Oh.
In this race, there's been at least 4 of them in the GT3 class. Roberto's had to tow back to pit lane.
Oh.
Travis Roberto has had to tow back to pit lane. So how has this happened to him? So he's come up through turn 4. He's lost the rear end. Oh, and I think it's a frustration tow. That there is a frustration tow. Yep, off the track. Oh, did he get stuck in the wall? I think he did.
Oh. Wow.
Wow. So yeah, so there's been 4 drivers who had unsafe entries, Jim. So obviously Derek Fulcup, who we saw earlier on, Jed Cotterman, Tyler Merritt, and Spencer Duquette have all had unsafe pit entries. So this has now changed up the race quite significantly, because it's meant now that Jacob Cotterman's in the race lead for the Pro-Am class. Ogier is on the podium now ahead of Jed.
Yes.
Duquette's given up a podium position in the GT3 Pro class as well. So the multiple cars have been caught up by the mistakes leading into pit lane. I'm going to try and find Jed's, so then we can show it off here, because why wouldn't we? He's given the race lead to Jacob.
Right.
So let me try and find this for us here, if I can.
As we ride on board with Jacob, I tell you what I'm noticing, man. If you look over, you and I have this timing and scoring tower that shows us off tracks and all these kind of different incidents. The amount of off tracks that we've seen, which this track is
right there.
Oh, did he do it?
Literally this. Yeah. I'll show you, Jim. I'll show you. We'll go back.
Oh,
Literally,
yep, there it is.
The smallest amounts.
That's plenty though
of the paint.
Because I mean, in theory, you're supposed to commit before the line gets solid. So
that's right.
He's
that's
way
right.
way late, really.
Well, he's now on a run and trying to chase down Mark Ogier. He's got 3.3 seconds to chase down.
Well,
to get back up to P2 and Clark.
I love Jed, but this is this could very easily be one of those moments where Jed starts pushing too hard and makes one of those mistakes, that we've seen him make in the past. Like I said, we haven't been around so far this year to see how it's been going, but it'll be interesting to see if that's the case. If he, because he's wound up pushing hard because he made that mistake, and he's probably mad at himself. And why does Jed not have a camera going? What is going on with that? He always had a camera going.
I don't know. Maybe he couldn't get it going today.
Let's go back and I'm gonna pop around the field and show off our cameras. Finish showing off. There's Aiden. Man, well, he needs to add some. He is
racing in a sauna, Jim. He looks like he is in a Swedish sauna right now with that amount of wood.
Yeah, well, if he had somebody back there giving him a back rub or something, that'd be all right.
I think his name should now be Olaf.
Olaf. Olaf Kiley. Oh, don't encourage him because, And then we got Cole. Where's Cole at? Cole, I have to say, I love Cole. I have to say I'm rather disappointed in him tonight. I fully expected a bow tie or something, and he's just got some old grubby-looking T-shirt on. Didn't even dress up for us or nothing.
No, I thought he would have gone the extra mile, Jim, for our return race.
Yes,
of
absolutely.
Getting prepared, dusting off the lab coat, putting it back on, getting the bow tie going.
The sweater vest or something. Something.
Exactly.
And it's nothing. And if he's probably listening to the broadcast right now, and he's fixing to get squirrely and get out of control, he's even talking. Look at him. Jeez. But he's not. He's just in a grubby. He's like a college student right now.
I know. You know what it looks like, Jim? It looks like substitute teacher who hasn't gotten work for a month. That's what it looks like.
Yes, he does. Yeah, he's like a starving substitute teacher who works like once a month.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, right now, though, we have an intensifying battle, Jim, up for P3 in the GT3 Pro class. So I think we should probably show that off, actually, on the main screen, because Bock and Crosby are battling away hard. They're side by side down towards turn 15.
Speaking of cameras, there's one right there.
Yep. And we can see as well that Lance Campbell didn't want to have a piece of it and get in the middle of it.
Smart.
We're right on board with him as they've gone for the big switch back here. Crosby up the inside of Bock of the exit of turn 6. Takes back position now up towards turn 7. And as they run through, can the Aston Martin come back at the Merc and get into him here? It's an audacious battle, but it's a great one to have on circuit for P3. 20 minutes on the clock, and P3's not decided just yet.
So we've had, we've seen some huge dramas from Justin Bach. We've seen some fantastic races and finishes, and then we've seen some. Oh, he absolutely missed his bro. Oh, he's sending it right there. Oh,
he's having a full send, and round he goes.
Oh, I'm not even going to say I didn't do anything. There's no commentator curse there.
Nothing.
Yeah,
I didn't do nothing.
I'm not involved in that at all. Boy, did I commentator curse him or what?
I didn't do anything.
Oh,
nothing
my
happened.
gosh.
Nothing happened. I don't know what you mean.
Golly.
I never sued the widow. I sued him. Okay.
That's right. Oh, don't play that one. That is not a good one for United States broadcast.
Shout out Jesse Ventura. Our good friend Jesse Ventura, friend of the channel, Jesse Ventura.
He is a friend of the channel indeed, yes.
Yep. In some form or fashion.
Yeah, well, I have to say, by the way, Jed is back in second place now and trying to close in on Jacob. He's got a 3 1/4 second gap up to Jacob with approximately, 19 minutes, 18 minutes to go in the race.
He can chase him down. I don't know if Jacob will make it so easy for him this late in the race.
Oh, I don't know.
Knowing what's on the line for them now.
The thing is, if Jed didn't change tires and he's pushing this hard to make up for his penalty, by the time he gets there, his tires are going to be just absolutely
They're going to be cooked.
Yeah.
Absolutely cooked. Well, so they pitted on lap 17. We're currently lap 26. We're averaging around about 1:40 on the clock. So if I do a bit of quick maths here, so what we got left about, well, let's go with 17 minutes. 17. 60, 1,000 divided by...
Are you taking your shoes off to do this, or are you actually doing this on a calculator?
I'm doing it on a calculator. So we're going to have about 10 laps, Jim. Probably 11 because it says 10.2. So 11 laps. That's going to take them out to lap 37. They're going to need another pit stop. Math says they need another pit stop, Jim. So, but it's only going to be a small splash. So unless they're fuel saving, which I think Jacob might be because he's driving very conservatively today, they're going to need a splash and dash to get home, which means the onus on pit entry is going to be even more important.
You can bet Jed is not fuel saving at this moment.
I think he knows he has to have the splash because unless we could get a safety car somehow, in terms of a caution, they're never going to save enough fuel because they're missing 3 laps worth of fuel.
But this isn't the kind of league that you can call your own safety cars, or or maybe just some random off-track incident point causes one.
Jim, am I going to have to start calling you archaeologist here?
Digging up bones.
Maybe a grave digger of some sort.
I'll take the Undertaker. That's guy. He was cool.
Okay, Mark Calloway.
I love Mark Calloway. Are you kidding me? Well, he's one
I don't like though that he took. He had 6 Feet Under with Mark Calloway as his podcast with his good friend and co-host, and then it went to WWE, and now his wife's on there, and now it's 6 Feet Under with the Undertaker instead, and it's just. I don't know. It's become too industry for me.
I don't do that, but I do. I was a big Calloway fan.
Well, Jim, I must say, I never thought in my lifetime, leading up to this point, that I would ever hear Mark Calloway trying to sell Blue Chew products.
I can't argue with that.
That is something I never thought I would ever see in my lifetime, and I have seen that now.
Oh, by the way, you obviously were to some level a Stone Cold fan, right?
I do like Stone Cold. He wasn't my favorite of all time, but yes, I do like Stone Cold.
Certainly good for the business, and all that.
Oh yeah, Mount Rushmore member, Jim.
So he was on the Dale Jr. Download podcast yesterday, and he's in.
Did he talk about his cats?
He did not, but he was in Charlotte taping an episode for his new reality. Well, no, it's not a reality show, but his new show, and he was on the Dale Jr. Download, and as a wrestling fan, you will probably enjoy. There was a lot of just
2 of my favorite things coming together in that one there, Jim. Racing and wrestling.
Exactly.
It goes together like peanut butter and jelly. It's a great combination. One thing I will say is they shared out Stone Cold Steve Austin's Instagram. It's the best Instagram in the world. He just shows off his cats that he has on his farm. It's great. It's fantastic. So go check it out. Go and check out Stone Cold's Instagram. Follow him as well. It's a fantastic Instagram page. As Jed Cotterman goes up the inside of young Jacob, or is Jacob going to be able to come back in here? He gives him a little door. He's going to wrestle him out the way. And he's going to put the boot to his son's rear end, a bit like Red from that 70s show, and just says, "Nah, I'm taking this win. You can earn it, young man. You're not getting it for free."
Red from that 70s show, huh?
Yeah, I put my foot so far up your ass, you'll be tasting my toenails. That sort of Red from that 70s show, Jim. I have all of the colloquial pop culture references in my brain.
Yes, indeed you do. I'm so old that I literally thought that you were talking about Red Fox from the 1970s sitcom Sanford and Son.
No.
When you said red from that 70s show, I was like, I
thought it worked well because Jed, they
right.
rhyme.
Well, I get it. I just thought, because Red Fox used to talk about whipping his son all the time,
Jim, if I'm going to make a reference, I'm going to reference the fact that I do know what the show is that I'm referencing. I'm not just pulling something out of me. I thought you'd know that by now.
Well,
12 and a half.
You could be a Sanford. Oh, there he goes.
Oh, Jed's off the road and Jacob comes back through and the young one's gotten one up on his dad.
Oh, my God. I wish Jed had a camera on his rig right now.
Oh, his face would be about as red as the front end of that Mustang, Jim.
Indeed. Yeah.
Because he knows we'd be showing it off.
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Well, we've also got this tightening battle as well.
He's probably cussing me right now. Actually,
yeah, he probably is. There's Miller, Ogier, and Duquette battle away.
He sent me a message earlier saying that qualifying messed up.
Yes, he also sent me that as well.
Okay.
So
yeah. Yeah.
That answers that question.
Right. I wonder if he used the broadcaster notes, because that's also there for that reason. But yes, Jed, we were talking about you currently, just so you know. As we've got 12 minutes now, and he is 4 seconds behind Jacob again. We shall see.
He's got another 4 seconds to chase down over 11 minutes and change. Can he chase down the young one? We're expecting a splash and dash pit stop to the end of this race based on the numbers we've been given. The furthest they went was lap 18. That would get them to lap 36. But if we go 1 lap longer, they'll need a 1 lap splash or a bit of a fuel save, Jim. So it's going to be tight on the fuel numbers.
Yeah, it is definitely going to be close. To be honest, I'm a bit shocked that they pitted as early as they did.
I don't know if they can make it that far.
Well, let me see.
I think DuPont definitely would need one. I think actually, no, the one driver that will definitely need one is Justin Welsh, because he only took 12 seconds of fuel. Although he's had 2 pit stops now, he went out to lap 18 for another stop. So
okay, so
very interesting strategy from him.
The fuel run is 17 laps, 18 if you're saving fuel.
Okay.
So there you go. So yes, this is going to end up being a 2-stop race. It looks like.
Yeah, that's what the
on,
maths are giving us.
You know, depending on, I guess, DuPont's pace at this point, is going to, being that he's got a 12-second lead now.
Well, okay, so he pitted on 16, so he'll need a pit stop. So we may only get 36 laps in this race, which means those that did save to get to 18 could be the benefactors. Yes. But how much time will he give up to Fulker, who's the top-seeded car of the lap 18 runners, who, remembering, had that stop hole penalty. So
that would be an interesting comeback, wouldn't it?
That'd be a really weird comeback, Jim.
It really would be.
Really, really strange if that happened.
Yep, everybody pits in front of him and he ends up. That would be very, very interesting. By the way, he is back up to 6th place, but he's still, what, 5 seconds.
Tyler Merritt's in to confirm his pit stop. Chris Grondon's
no, Tyler Merritt's in because he crashed.
Oh, yes, of course. This has been in there for 5 minutes. Sorry that I have completely missed that.
Yeah.
So that's why Merritt's in. In fact, it only happened a few laps ago, actually. This is how it happened to Tyler Merritt. It was down at the final corner round. She went and into the wall. Yep.
Yeah, I've spun there a couple times in my life, to say the least.
Of course, our GT4 cars are doing well at the moment as well. Lance Campbell still leads the way, 23.5 seconds. Is the gap back to Chad Gross. Cole Malley up into P3 at the moment. Is doing well, although he did have that lap 1 incident down at turn 6. There you see the gap between Jed and Jacob.
He's driving the wheels off that thing,
2 seconds. He is. I mean, he's
done cut it down to inside of 2 seconds already.
Jim, he's driving the wheels off it so hard. He's driving on the suspension arms at the moment. That is how hard he's driving that car.
He is. He's on the brake rate.
I don't know how he's got any grip, to be honest with you.
Yeah, right. That's a good point.
There's our race leader.
He did just loop it back there a couple of laps ago. Maybe he doesn't have any grip. Because I tell you
possibly.
what,
Maybe a little from column A, a little from column B as well. So he is pushing very, very hard. Our race leader as well of Joseph DuPont goes another lap here. We're now lap 32 with 7.5 minutes to go. Will he come in this lap or can he go a little bit longer? Lap 16 says to us, though, that he will need another stop as Jacob has just run it slightly wide.
He took that big curve, man.
Yep, here comes Jed. He's got a big run and wants to get this job done.
He's going to run his dad wide. Look. I like
you know what? Fair play. Fair play.
Ah, it's good block.
Brake check him mid-corner. Make him run it wide.
Jed.
Oh, he gave him a little piss.
Oh, Jed, you need a penalty for that. What are you doing? You can't do that.
He's putting the pressure on him right now.
What movie was that? Oh, that was Bum Phillips, the Houston Oilers football coach. You can't do that. if you do that, you're going to have more hell on your hands in a little bit. Not even sure what that means, but very country saying.
Jacob has just got to park that McLaren, though, on the inside of corners, but Jed has got to run out of that turn 1. Looks to go on the outside at turn 2. He's let him go.
Let him go because he's burning the wheels off of it, and he's absolutely going to have to stop for gas. Whereas if Jacob could have potentially been saving this time, we don't know, but I would think that maybe he has been.
The problem is, if they go to 36 laps, he would have needed to have saved fuel in the first stint to get the extra lap, because you can't save 2 laps across a 17-lap stint, Jim. It's egregious for that to happen. So,
well,
he...
okay, and they both pitted on 17.
Yep. They both pitted on the same lap, so maybe he's hoping that Jed will push into pit lane and he'll cop the green grass once again, or the green paint once again. Holiday battling with Derek Fulker at the moment. We suspect that Fulker won't need another stop since he went to lap 18.
Yes, but he's also been trying to recover from that 40-plus second penalty he had. So
yes,
he could have been pushing and, in theory, not necessarily saving any fuel. But I think, like you said, with where DuPont pitted, I think we're going to end up at 36 laps is going to be, because DuPont is bound to have to pit.
Well, that's what it's saying to me. We're 33 laps in, 5 minutes to go. We're averaging 1:40 per lap from the race leader. So if we're averaging 1:40, although that's a very tight run into that corner from Harrison Holiday.
Derek got it done, though. I mean,
1:40. Well, 1:30 would get us 1, 2, 3.5 laps. 1:40 would be 1:40.
So the next question is Justin Bach going to have to hit? Because
I think he would.
He's a lap 17 guy, and he is 7 seconds ahead of. How do you say his name? Is it Folk? Yeah, Folk, right?
Fulker.
Fulka.
So, Jim, I think we've got 4 laps left, including this one. So we're going to get out to 34, 35, 36, 37. We're going to get to 37. So drivers are going to need a pit. If the race leader pits, it might be a bit less. So that's based on the fact that 3 laps. Sorry, so 1:40 is 1 lap. 280 is 2 laps. 420 is 3 laps. There's 40 seconds that's left. Full car is 30 seconds off the race lead. So if he can back off about 10 seconds, he'll be right there.
He's got the
shot. An extra lap.
Yeah, he's got the shot. But the thing is, DuPont pitted on lap 16. Can he possibly make it to 37?
I think the furthest he can now go is this next lap. I think he can go 1 more, and that's it. That's if he's been fuel saving.
Wish we could go on board and see that kind of information.
It's going to be big for DuPont because the fuel strategy is all over the point at the moment. Voigt's in as well, so one of the GT4s has had to come in. We suspect there will be more pit stops yet to come. Jacob Cotterman's still half a second, by the way, off the back of Jed. So he's still right there with him. The race leader has not come in, so he's going to go another lap. Can he go any more? 3 minutes left on the clock.
You follow the race leader. I'm going to follow Jed and Jacob back here since this is more of a battle. And
So we've got 3 laps left. I think Jed's actually cooked his tyres. He's trying to cool them down, or he's trying to fuel save. We've got 3 laps to go. The maths are saying we're going to need an extra 1 or 2 laps of fuel. So how far can these drivers go across the rest of this race? Minutes are ticking down. The seconds are ticking by incredibly quickly, and the fuel level is dropping below the red line. That is how tight they're getting on these strategies. Will they need to pit, or have they saved enough to get these cars home? It's a tough struggle to do it in green flag running. It's a tough struggle to do it at Hockenheimring as well, being such a high-speed circuit, one of the toughest to fuel save. And I think some of them are going to have to pit, because I think some of them are going to have to commit to the stop. and they're going to have to take caution on the entry to pit lane. They cannot risk a stop hole penalty because that will cost them immensely in terms of the race performances.
I'm just
So the race leaders coming in.
It's killing me, man. Like, I'm just waiting to see when these guys are going to pit. Somebody's going to either run out of gas or something here. We got a black flag up there. Who is that?
Yeah, that's Justin Bock, who's got a black flag. It's not from pit lane.
That's
I suspect that might be from incident points.
It is
from
incident
points. So the race leader's gone another lap, Jim. So he's got 2 laps to go in this race.
How can he even?
Actually, no. This will be this should be white flag. This should be the last lap. We're 58 minutes in. So this should be the last lap. He's going to make it on fuel. We've only gone to 36.
Still, though, that's freaking 20 laps on a tank of fuel.
He's run a 143. He's deliberately slowed down to try and limit the race length.
Well,
he's running 4 seconds slower lap times. Box had to pit, obviously, because of his black flag.
Yep.
So DuPont has deliberately slowed his car up to limit the amount of laps in this race. There's 30 seconds left on the clock. This is the last lap.
You got to give him credit. That's smart. And Jacob's coming back on his dad here.
He is. But Jacob's got to push him. He's got to try and get past if he can. Oh, Jed's coming in. Jed's having a pit. Jed has had to come in. Jacob has kept going.
Yep, and where's
Jacob Cotterman saved enough. I'm about to get him here. He's coming down.
I'll get him since it's the last lap.
Mobile 1 corner. He's about to get the checkered flag. Jed Cotterman, through having to push up to chase down his own son, to chase down the gap that he got himself by having to serve a stop hole penalty, has given up the race win in the Pro-Am class to his son Jacob. And around, though, to the final few corners in a fantastic strategy move by Joseph DuPont. He will take the race win as we cross the line at Hockenheimring, Baden-Württemberg for the final time. It is Mustang on top once again as DuPont takes the win. Anderson will take P2, Crosby in P3. The GT4 race leader, Lance Campbell, gets home in P1 as there's trouble further back for Chad Gross, who's dropped out of P2 to Cole Malley on the final lap at the very final moment. So Cole is about to take an all-time P2 in the GT4s after a mistake from his fellow Merc driver, Chad Gross. Round the final corner he comes. Cole Malley P2 for the GT4s. Chad Gross will finish P3. He's actually had to finish in the pit lane, Jim. He's run out of fuel. He's had to come into pit lane. Has Chad Gross and Jacob Cotterman. Round the final few corners he comes now. It's an all-time win. It's a one-up over his dad, and it's a Pro-Am victory and a top 8 finish for Jacob Cotterman, who takes home the win. Smart driving, a dance to end it as well, and it's a race victory. Congratulations.
Oh, man, that's good stuff right there. He not only did he beat his dad, he danced on him too. Jed's still going to finish second though, so it's still a Cotterman 1-2, probably just not the way Jed wanted it. All right, well, there we go. That's good stuff right there. Oh man, yeah, that's good. That's a fun race right there. I'm glad to see it come back like that. That was great. Oh my goodness! All right, let's see. Are we done here yet? Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go get some results here.
What a race, though, from these drivers here this evening. It is an all-time win for DuPont, who strategized his way to a top-level performance once again, ahead of Michael Anderson and Francis Crosby on the podium for the GT3 Pro Class. Fulker managed to make his way back to P4, but he threw the race leader and win away with that crossing of the green paint on the entry to pit lane. Harrison Holiday, Justin Bock, Justin Welsh make up the top 7. Jacob Cotterman takes home the Pro-Am win for Cotterman iRacing team. Out of Spencer Duquette in the Pro class. Jed Cotterman P2 in the GT3 Pro-Am class, ahead of Chet Miller, Mark Ogier, Stuart Jones. Lance Campbell takes home the GT4 race win as well, ahead of Cole Malley, Chad Gross, Corey Patton, John Voight for the top 18 cars. On the road with Aidan Kiley, Tyler Merritt, Christopher Grondon, Brandon Herzing, Travis Roberto, James Leneven, and Michael Smith at the back end of the field. Unfortunately for Michael, only made it 2 laps into this race in the end there. So we await.
I'll give you 3 guesses who's the first person in the interview room.
Of course, it's Jacob. Of course, it's Jacob.
My goodness.
Well, we might as well chat to him. He is in there. So we might as well.
Pull him in. I'm going to go find a good Jacob highlight here.
Congratulations. Race win in the GT3 Pro-Am class. But I think most importantly, you emoted on your father when you won the race after he had to pit for 1 lap of fuel.
Oh, my goodness.
Jacob, what you did was basically peak 2012 Black Ops 2 headshot and then teabag on your father's head there in that one. I mean that was the level of celebration that was. But what a race for you! You have become such a young, smart driver. Drove incredibly intelligently throughout this race. Let everyone go that you needed to. Didn't get into any battles early. Kept yourself clean. And drove yourself to a race win. And that's what it's all about, is when all of your puzzle pieces come together and you hold the puzzle up and it doesn't fall apart in the end. You get to put it in the frame and put it on the wall, because everything that you did in this race led you to the race win. You drove very smart, very intelligent. You should be proud of the performance.
Yeah, I'm very proud. I mean, my 2nd win in a row, my 3rd win of the season. This has been really fun, and I did not have any high hopes.
Technically, Jacob, because it wasn't on this channel, it didn't happen.
That's right. Those didn't happen. This is your first win.
My first win on this channel, yeah.
That's right. The others don't count. This is your first win. That's all I know. What is that? I couldn't read what that said. I am speed. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, man, congratulations, man. I mean, we've really seen you grow. We said it at the end of last season. You struggled early. You were trying too hard. I'm sure you were, too worried about, having a camera set up in your room and all that stuff, and you were pushing real hard and, But then you found it at the end of last season. You started battling the leaders, and apparently it's all kind of come together now, and your dad spoke well of you today. I'm sure he won't right now, and especially after he sees you dancing on him like that. But earlier today we were talking, and he was saying that you put in the work. You're in there every night, and he has to tell you to shut it off and go to bed because you're practicing too late on school nights and stuff. But yeah, man, congratulations. You really have come around as a driver, and you executed perfect today. You saved fuel when you needed to. You worked everything out.
Yeah, thank you guys so much for broadcasting this too, because I always enjoy going back and just watching you race. And I know on it was the first lap or the second lap, me and my dad got into it, and he said, "Jacob, I swear to God, if I get next to you, I'm gonna take you out." Well, I mean, that didn't happen, but
he tried to.
Yeah, we saw
he
him
did.
try and do it.
He did.
It was like 3 laps left, and I got really loose. He hit me, and
then he tried to body check you there from the side. We saw that.
What I was going to say is, Jacob, what you can say to him now is, well, Dad, you failed to take me out, but you managed to take yourself out. That's still a win in my book for you.
Here we go. Look, we're going to look at it right here. Look at him right here. You're going to see it coming up here in a minute. It's wasn't
it into the Mercedes-Benz Stadium section? He lost the rear end and he went round after he already went past Jacob. Look at that, Jacob. You just called him off track.
Jacob absolutely ran him to the edge of the track a couple of times. I'm not sure that was the incident I was actually talking about, but
I don't know, but we brought Jed in to sort out this family.
Second place need to get out of here. Second place need to get out of here.
First place needs to go to bed.
No.
That
2
ain't
wins
right.
in a row.
Man, look, it's still early. He's celebrating right now. Let the kid have some grape juice or something. Gee,
I know. He's all jacked up on Mountain Dew or something.
Oh, yeah,
I don't know.
That's right. Yeah.
And, like you can even ask my dad. I had no like hope coming into this race at all. And he can also fact check that I don't practice at all, and I still win.
Oh my goodness, here it goes. See, now he's gonna get cocky.
I'll be right back. I gotta find my boots.
Yeah,
I was about to say,
getting
Jed,
deep in here.
what we're learning is he's letting the winds go to his head. You've got to just dump him next week. You've got to just get on his rear and turn him.
Yeah, Jed, you're gonna have to punt him next week for sure. He's getting too big. He's getting too big for his britches.
Road Atlanta,
Road Atlanta's gonna be scary.
Dive bomb him, absolutely cook him into turn 2 at Road Atlanta.
Road Atlanta's gonna humble him.
Yeah, send him down the S's. Yeah, that's right.
First time I raced there too, I didn't do very good.
I knew I had some incident points to burn, so I was kind of enjoying the Doran after the lap 1 deal.
It
was good. It was good.
You definitely tried to door him there at the right at the end. I guess you knew you were going to have to pit for fuel, and so.
Well, I really didn't. I thought it was going to be really close, but just I was more focused on running him down than I was my fuel gauge, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Oh hell!"
We said that, Of course, it's not. We have seen you on this channel run out of fuel before. I'm just.
Oh, I'm notorious for it.
Pointing that out, that we have witnessed that in the past as well. I remember what I want to know is, why didn't you have a camera tonight? Because I really wanted to see your face when you got that stop hold penalty for the illegal.
I still got to go back and watch that. I'm not sure what I run off in the grass or something.
No, you crossed the AstroTurf. You were you didn't commit near in time. It was a legitimate penalty, and then of course when you got just past Jacob, then you spun it. I was really mad that you didn't have a camera then, because I wanted to see you like pounding on your steering wheel.
I was using some inappropriate language for a stream, but I tried. I literally missed half of the practice messing with the camera. It worked fine, and then all of a sudden it didn't. I don't know.
You also had all day. Yes, you practiced all day yesterday too.
I did.
He's ratting you right out, man.
Yeah, that's all right.
That's funny. Where do you see the dance he did on you in the? I had it on his camera.
In his stream.
You're gonna end up taking his camera off his rig before this is over with. Oh, that's right. I forgot, y'all. You stream too, so that's right. Yeah. So you're gonna have multiple angles of him dancing on you. It's gonna be good.
It is what it is. At the end of the day, I can't take it from him. He's come such a long way and been such a great competitor.
I'm not scared to overtake anymore.
Here we go. You're gonna have to punt him next week, though. You just put him right. All right.
I'm gonna have.
All right, Jacob. Yeah. You finished first in class. So now that we got you in here, who you want to shout out to?
I want to shout out the Cotterman Racing Team, of course. And I want to shout out everybody for joining, because they make this fun.
Right. You better shout out to your dad's wallet for putting a sim rig in your bedroom.
Yeah. Shout out Dad's wallet.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome.
All right,
I need
guys.
to shout out Justin for this paint too, because this paint has been good luck for me.
Oh, yeah. Justin did that for you?
Yes.
Oh,
shout
nice.
out, Justin. I know you're watching this right now.
Well, that's it's a good looking paint job for sure. So that's pretty funny though. All right, guys. Well, this was a blast. We're glad to have you back. Glad to have your first win on the channel. So as far as we're concerned, it's the first win period. As far as we're concerned, we didn't see the other one, so this is your first win. All right, guys. We enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. We'll be there.
All right, Hamish. Well, nobody else wanted to come chat with us.
No, they didn't. Maybe they just didn't know that we are a delight to talk to. Maybe.
We are. Well,
maybe
that's
the
true.
issue.
Maybe Joseph DuPont got offended that you called him whatever you called him earlier.
Oh, please.
I don't know. And Lance Campbell, I mean, he should have knew what a delight we were to talk to. He's talked to us before.
I know. Maybe he just couldn't handle being too Canadian.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Well, I may have insulted him with the healthcare thing if he was listening to the thing.
Maybe.
No.
But
All right, guys. Well, we're back, and you guys need to come
Yeah.
talk to us after the race because that's what we
They
do.
do.
So,
they do.
but I guess we'll
But,
sign off and say goodbye.
Well, we're going to be here for the next 4 races once again, and then very likely back again next season as well. Road Atlanta next week is going to be a good test for these cars. Of course, it's the home of sports car racing in the US, or one of the
Let's
homes
do that real quick.
is Michelin Raceway Park. So it's going to be a fun time when we go racing next time out at Road Atlanta. A week from tonight, Wednesday, November 19th. Silverstone the week after, Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. And then Daytona International Circuit for 90 minutes of racing on the 10th of December will end us out for 2025 here in the GT Challenge. A big shout out to the series sponsors as well, Lucid Graphics, SimCoach as well, and Admin Box too. And shout out to our stream sponsors, of course, DRE, Digital Race Engineer, and Track Chems by Gourmet. This has been the GT Challenge, broadcasted and brought to you by MotorMouth Broadcasting once again across all of our networks. If you're joining us for the first time, you've been here for a little while, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe, the bell icon too, so you're notified whenever we go racing right here on the channel. Next up on your docket tomorrow night, the High Point Racing IMSA Championship returns once again. We go racing for another round of that series. But I've been Hamish Bono with Jim Cunningham alongside. We appreciate your time joining us here on MotorMouth Broadcasting. We'll see you guys next week for Road Atlanta. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.